Are you getting tired of all this self-reflection? Why do we have to do all of this self-analysis? Can't we just get on with it? I'm getting kind of impatient. Like, well, no, actually, you'll notice that introspection is a pretty important part of the cycle. And you don't want to be impulsive. You don't want to get into a situation that's really, really risky. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why introspection is helpful, show you how it can inform your career decisions, and make sure that you are making the best decision possible. Hey, I'm Helen Hariza, ready to give you information and strategies that will allow you to make a career choice or a career change. On this channel, we have information you can't get anywhere else. I use the Elevate Career Cycle to help smooth out your career change process and ensure that you make the best career decision possible. If you're new, welcome and subscribe. Now let's jump into the video. Over the years, clients come into my office and about 15 minutes into the session, they want to know, how long is this going to take? And it doesn't matter if it's a tiny little job change or a complete career overhaul. There's an impatience. There's this, I want to rush, I want to get it done. And it's because you have the unknown laid out in front of you. And so you want to foreclose, you want to settle things. But that's the wrong thing to do. It's risky. And I promised you I wouldn't let you be impulsive, so I'm not going to. In fact, right now, we're at the stage where you introspect, self-reflection. It's time for you to get quiet and ask yourself a few questions. Perhaps you're going to go to the mountains or maybe take a long walk on the beach, whatever appeals to you. And I want you to ask these kinds of questions. What am I sure about that I want in my life, in my career? What am I most unsure about? What am I worried about? What are my greatest fears? And am I still holding on to anger that I need to get rid of? Do I know what I want to do, but I've dismissed that direction because it's too risky, unstable, or some other reason? Now, I get it that you might be watching and you really don't know what you want to do. Fair, okay? But many of us do actually know what we want to do, but because of the risks associated with it, or the trials that we've had with a particular career, we dismiss it. And we might be dying a little bit inside because of that choice. That happened to a friend of mine. His name is Mason. And last holiday season, he took a few weeks off and he got quiet. And he pulled out his photographs and his memorabilia, and he reflected back to he's 43 now, so he reflected back into his 20s when he was in Hollywood and he was a studio musician. And he realized that he had packaged his artistic self and put it away because he had determined that it was unrealistic, that it was irresponsible, that it wasn't a way to make a living. And it had been gnawing at him, a subtle sort of message. And in the quietness of the introspection, he realized he can't live his life without being a musician, that he has to honor that truth. And when I saw him after that process, he twinkled, like he looked alive in a way that I hadn't seen him looking in such a long time. And he didn't know exactly how he was going to do it, but he knew he was going to make music and creativity a part of his future, no matter what. So I want to encourage you, I want to offer that it would be so important for you to take some time to listen to your inner wisdom in this process.